to why Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You know, we started off the conversation with that, or at least the presentation. So how do these guys all fit into our network, right? The reason for, one of the reasons, I'm not saying this is the main reason, because you know Sherry talked about other reasons about building up this
your own influence.
Your influence and you're building
Community.
up a relationship with your readers. But at the same time, you also want to recognize that now that you've built up that influence, how do you use that influence to direct people back to your website? So essentially, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, the main reason behind those websites is to initiate conversation about what you're talking about, you know, your subject. You want to initiate conversation that people are going to be interested in about any, and you're going to initiate the conversation about any new content that you release. All right, so you put out a newsletter, and let's say, Anne, you're going to be putting out a newsletter that's back problems associated with golf. Right, so what you would then do is you go to your Twitter page, your Facebook page, and your LinkedIn page, and you start firing off these releases saying, you know, how many, you can even ask questions, how many guys have got problems with this? Ask the question and then come up with the answer. And say, by the way, I've written an article about this, or come and look at the
You could
services.
certainly do that on LinkedIn.
Right. But
who has back pain?
Yeah, number one problem.
Who doesn't have
Who
back
doesn't?
Right. So any content that you release, whether it's a newsletter, blog, article, or video, you want to initiate that whole conversation through Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And what that does is it just starts off this whole chain reaction of linking, right? So when we go to our site now, we're going to add in Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Let's say we've just released newsletter number 4. We're now going to throw that out into our network that we put out there, and bang, you get this whole chain reaction of links starting to take place, just because of that. And the ultimate, at the end of the day, you can start running your website without any advertising whatsoever.
That's actually what most people's back muscles look like, which is why they have back pain.